Good afternoon. My name is John Wersinski. I'm chief of the Westerville Host Company, and I've been a volunteer at the department for 18 years. Today, I have an important statement about the ambulance service. Please be advised, the following statement is very important and directly impacts our community. We encourage all residents to listen to it in full. It has been carefully written to answer common questions and to clearly explain how and why this decision was made and what comes next. The Westerville Host Company, your volunteer fire and EMS department, voted at its September monthly meeting to discontinue basic life support BLS ambulance service operations and transition to a quick response service model for EMS calls. Currently, the department is licensed to the end of the year to operate a BLS ambulance, a service that provides both medical treatment and patient transport. Beginning in the new year, the department will not renew that license and instead operate as a QRS unit. This decision was not made lightly. Maintaining an ambulance requires insurance, inspections, supplies, and most importantly, 2 trained and licensed personnel, an EMT and a second EMT or an EMR, available to respond to every call. The reality is that the department has struggled for years to find enough volunteers to safely and reliably meet these staffing requirements. It is difficult enough to have 1 qualified volunteer available. Expecting 2 at any given time has become impossible. Despite these challenges, the department has done everything it could to keep the ambulance in operation, but ongoing costs have continued to drain its limited resources. Why move to QRS service? The goal of this transition is to ensure that trained help arrives quickly as possible when someone in Westerville needs medical attention. Under the QS model, 1 qualified volunteer can respond immediately, either in a department vehicle or their own, equipped with medical supplies. The volunteer can provide life-saving care on scene while waiting for an ambulance from East County EMS or another nearby provider. This change allows for faster response times, less burnout among volunteers, and a more sustainable model for the department. It keeps help close to home without demanding more than our small volunteer base can provide. Becoming a volunteer. To serve as an emergency medical responder or emergency medical technician requires several hundred hours of in-person training and a certification exam. The total cost, approximately $1,200, is typically covered by the department. If you've ever considered serving your community, now's the time. Whether as a firefighter, medical responder, or by helping with fundraising, maintenance, or community events, your involvement matters. A public town hall will be held Wednesday, November 19th at 7 p.m. at the Westerville Borough Hall. Representatives from the borough and the fire department will present the challenges being faced and hear feedback, ideas, and concerns from the residents. This is your opportunity to be part of the conversation and part of the solution. What happens in ambulance coverage? Westerville is currently partner in the East County EMS system, contributing $42,000 annually to this regional agency. East County EMS remains the borough's designated ambulance provider and has recently received funding to outfit an additional ambulance. If East County EMS is unavailable, the next closest ambulance will be dispatched automatically. The host company's shift to QRS ensures that a trained responder can still arrive quickly to begin care until transport arrives, keeping critical minutes from being lost. Looking ahead, the department will continue to recruit, train, and retain volunteers while organizing fundraisers and outreach events to strengthen local support. At the same time, the borough is exploring additional measures, including a volunteer tax rebate and possibly a dedicated fire tax to help fund the department's fire and EMS operations. These efforts could provide for incentive programs, extending training, and even paid staffing if necessary. However, the future of the local EMS services ultimately depends on you, the community. If we do not see enough for support, the department cannot sustain operations indefinitely. Should the host company ever be forced to shut down, our community would face a harsh choice. Either go without local emergency service or pay dramatically higher costs for outside coverage that cannot match the reliability and dedication of our own volunteers. Call to action. This is a pivotal moment for Wesleyville. With your involvement, support, and commitment, we can build a strong, sustainable emergency response system that continues to serve our residents for years to come. Together, we can keep help close to home, but only if we work together to make it happen. Thank you.